Uh, 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 uh. What's cracking? What's happening? T Money in the building. Uh, what's cracking? What's cracking? Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. It's the 10th of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Cash your checks and come up. It's the 10th of the month. Juneteenth. He said, "What's up, Douglas? Douglas Chunks in the building." Yeah, man. He said everybody fell asleep. I don't know. I mean, let me drop the link early, man. I'm gonna drop the link early, man. It's the 10th of the month. Wake up, wake up. Cash your checks and come up. It's the 10th of the month. Yeah, I forgot about it. I didn't know it was Juneteenth. I had no idea it was Juneteenth today, man. I mean, no idea. I found out like I kept seeing people posting stuff about Juneteenth, and I still didn't put it together. I work from home, man. I wouldn't know if you had the day off. I work from home. I don't know these holidays, man. He said, "Out your mama look like a cliche." Yeah, bring back Uncle Ben's, man. Bring back Uncle Ben's. Them white liberals, them damn white liberals got rid of Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima. That was all white liberals that did that shit. Press one. It was offensive to them. Niggas never said nothing about Aunt Jemima or Uncle Ben. The nigga never said nothing about that until 2020, and the white liberals was feeling all bad about George Floyd, so they got rid of all the black people. They erased all the black people that in pop culture. Yeah, salute to Abe Lincoln, man. Shout out to Abe Lincoln. What was Lincoln thinking? Yeah, man. Shout out to good old Abe Lincoln, man. Abraham, man. Shout out to Abraham. When you open the pantry at midnight, Quaker Oats out there dropping it like it's hot. He got Ancient Mama dropping it. I knew Ancient Mama was a bad wench. Goddamn bad wench. He said, never forget. Freedom from Democrat slave owners, Juneteenth. The day slaves were freed by Republicans from Democrat slave owners after a long civil war. Oh. Oh, they got rid of cream of wheat too? Oh shit, no they didn't. Did they get rid of cream of wheat? No way. Them damn white liberals. This is all the doing of white liberals. They was on a rampage. They got rid of the Redskins. That's the one that hurt the most, man. The Redskins. I hate you fucking white liberals. Listen, I hate them white liberals, man, for that, man. They done fucking erased my childhood, man. The Redskins was my childhood, man. That was my team. White liberals on a rampage in 2020. They got rid of cream of wheat. Get the fuck out of here, man. I know they didn't get rid of cream of wheat, man. Shout out to Gauss Merlot, man. He said, salute Aka Nation. Ben did like the ladies. Hard to figure out when he had time to invent. You know about George Washington Coffee. Liberals took they didn't play, man. Damn. I forgot about the cream of wheat. It ain't a black person or nothing, man. Black people, they just erased us, man. In the name of George Floyd. Jesus Christ, man. They erased us in the name of George Floyd. Well, he said people of color were removed from labels, so now it's only white people. Yeah, man. Fucking white liberals in the name of George Floyd. They erased all the niggas. Damn. That's crazy. He said they will never take her from me. I miss Aunt Jemima, man. Aunt Jemima ready mixed pancakes, man. That's the original Aunt Jemima, man. That's before she got her glow up, man. That's before Aunt Jemima got her glow up. That's ancient Tubman. Ancient Tubman, man. Boy, makeup is sorcery. Samples. They got rid of the Land O'Lake lady too. They said that was racist. Damn, white liberals, boy. Whew. Them white liberals something else, man. Jesus Christ, man. In honor of George Floyd, we getting rid of every black and Native American and Speedy Gonzalez. They got rid of all the POCs, man. In the name of George Floyd. That shit is crazy, man. Whew. Ain't vagina. Jesus Christ. This guy said he's still selling Aunt Jemima in Colombia. That's good. He said, take the Indian and keep the land. 1.6 of U.S. citizens owned slaves in 1860 when slavery was at its peak. Yeah, but y'all didn't fight a bloody 4-year war to end it though. Y'all didn't fight a bloody 4-year war to end slavery, so don't matter. Press 1. Says Stubbs barbecue sauce, but Stubbs ain't everywhere. You don't see Stubbs in every grocery store. Stubbs is like you only see him in certain grocery stores. And plus, don't nobody get that shit. Everybody get what's that one? Sugar babies. What's the one that I got? I got the one Baby Ray's. That's the one I got. Ain't your mom out here struggling, man, since the white liberals gave her pink slip, man. Ain't your mom out here doing whatever it takes to keep a roof over her head. Ain't that a bitch? Everybody hit that like button, man. Smash that like. Smash that like, man. Jeez. IKEA Juneteenth feast. Buckwheat. Here comes the zippity doo dah show. Uncle Remus. Song of the South. What the fuck? Shout out to Big Larry. Big Larry in the building, man. Yeah, Gladys still got a lot of cool shit, man. Sons, we ain't got shit no more, man. In the name of George Floyd. Miss Buttersworth. Oh shit. It says Thelma Butterfly McQueen, who played Scarlett O'Hara's maid Prissy in Gone with the Wind, was rumored to have been the inspiration for Mrs. Butterworth. Wow. Cancel culture be like, Happy Juneteenth, everybody. So yeah. Salute. It's the 10th of the month. Wake up, wake up. Cash your checks and come up. It's the 10th of the month. We got a lot to get into today, man.
Today on CBS Mornings, we are celebrating Juneteenth. Hope you are too. On this day, back in 1865, enslaved Black people in Texas were told they were free. Now, this happened more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, marking the end of slavery in this country. Kelly Carter Jackson is the author of We Refuse, A Forceful History of Black Resistance. She, by the way, is a historian and professor at Wellesley College. She joins us now to put the historical context behind all these traditions and celebrations of Juneteenth. Kelly, I'm so glad you're here. I didn't even know about Juneteenth until I was in my 20s.
Yeah, same. I didn't know about it until I went to high school in Texas.
I didn't know about it until George Floyd died, man. I didn't know about till George Floyd died, man. I grew up around all Black people. And I'm talking, I never heard of it. Like, if somebody I know say, yeah, man, remember Juneteenth? Like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, dog. I never heard you say them words before. Yeah, man, I've been celebrating Juneteenth all my life. You a motherfucking lie, nigga. I never heard you mention the word.
So that's when I found out about Juneteenth. But now it's a national holiday, but it was actually an official holiday in the state of Texas as early as the 1980s.
So people in Texas knew about it.
Yes.
So I can't help but notice your red. It stood out to me because your mom is with you, and she has on red.
Yes,
so I'm thinking, does red mean something in Juneteenth? I don't even know about this.
Yes, red is a special color. So red symbolizes sacrifice, bloodshed, survival, perseverance. And so people are always making red foods and red drinks, and everything that you should consume, there should be some red in it.
It's all made up bullshit. How the fuck does she know? All niggas gonna do on Juneteenth is drink. Drink. Party. And shoot.
And it's a wonderful way to sort of celebrate the day by wearing a color that, you know, sort of symbolizes those ideas.
So red velvet cake. We've been talking about red velvet cake all morning.
I love red velvet cake is a perfect example. I love to make red beans and rice. Anything that has red in it, strawberries, watermelon, red soda. I just learned about hibiscus tea because it has healing properties and is known for lowering your blood pressure, and was a drink that enslaved people used to consume as well. So red is a big deal.
And the black fist is one of the symbols of Juneteenth, but is also synonymous with activism.
Yes.
And activism is a huge part of Juneteenth.
A huge part of Juneteenth. I mean, there are celebrations and there are parades, but I also think that this should be a day of reflection for us, a day that we think about what do we want the world to look like? How do we want to go from here?
Shut the fuck up. You niggas can't even change the dynamic in your city. Niggas have no control over their neighborhoods. What do you want the world to look like? Shout out to my man Sam, man. He say salute to the nation, man. It's the 10th of the month.
Juneteenth celebrations are kicking off across the country. You're looking at Galveston, Texas, the place where the last enslaved people in the country learned they were free more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. Now, celebrations will be kicking off across the country, but organizers tell ABC News President Trump's push against DEI policies has led some cities to scale back festivities this year. Darren Anderson, CEO of the Urban League of Greater Philadelphia, has more on the Juneteenth holiday. Darren, thanks for being here. I want to start things off with just the basics. Can you walk us through the history behind Juneteenth and these celebrations?
As a native Texan, Juneteenth is a jubilee. It is a celebration of Black culture, of Black heritage. It came to be in 1865 in June, is when slaves were told by Union soldiers that they had been free, which is 6 months after the signing of the 13th Amendment, and as well as about 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Now, you lead the Urban League of Greater Philadelphia. So what are the Juneteenth celebrations going to be like there today?
There's celebrations all across the city, festivities. There's an opportunity for us to engage with culture, with culture of individuals. It's an opportunity for us to reflect back on the long history of how Africans have impacted this country and how Black culture have shaped and has imperatives that have been important with the shaping and with the understanding of who we are and who we are as a country.
Now, organizers of some of these events say some cities are scaling back this year due to the Trump administration's push against DEI policies or certain DEI policies. What's your take on that? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it, and certainly not here in Philadelphia where the Liberty Bell stands. This is about freedom, and what Juneteenth is about independence, is about Black Americans, is about Black culture and the Black heritage. So we stand firm in our mission, we stand firm in our purpose, and we stand firm in the importance of celebrating who we are.
So what's the appropriate way to celebrate Juneteenth? Is this something that is reserved for Black people and African Americans in the United States, or should white people get involved too? Walk us through that part of it.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Juneteenth is a celebration of when Blacks was learned that enslaved individuals were free. However, it's a celebration for all cultures. African American history is American history. The significant input that we had in this country should be celebrated by all. We should come together, have this conversation, have this dialogue, continue to be open with one another, and to have a better understanding. This is about diversity, this is about equity, and this is also about inclusion. And it's bringing everyone together so we can have a form of allyship.
So what are some of your favorite ways to celebrate Juneteenth and some of the favorite ways you suggest celebrating Juneteenth?
Well, you know, as a Texan, I've been celebrating this since birth. I'm 50 years of age, and it's been
a Juneteenth parade just a moment ago. Let's get back to it now. They had a parade today, and it's the one that's actually ahead of the actual holiday, which is coming up on Thursday. But that did not stop celebrators from filling the streets near Emancipation Park with pride in their culture. KPRC2's Joy Addison was at the event where she spoke to organizers. And Joy, what was the event like out there this afternoon?
Well, Mario, the parade ended right here in Emancipation Park. We saw some high school bands, Miss Juneteenth herself, and a historian from Texas Southern actually was the grand marshal of this parade. Now, Juneteenth itself, like you mentioned, is going to be on June 19th. It originally was on June 19th in 1865. It was the day that slaves all across Galveston Bay, Texas, even right here in the Houston area, realized that they had been freed from slavery 2 2 years prior when President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Now, the city of Houston is important to the national recognition of Juneteenth because it was made a nationally recognized holiday by leaders right here in this city, like the late former state representative Al Edwards, famously known as Mr. Juneteenth, and the late U.S. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee. The organizers of this parade say it has grown over the last 52 years, and their goal is to make sure that younger generations know everything they can about this freedom holiday.
Our citizenry around the country and internationally are being educated, and we are happy and proud that they too are joining and understanding the significance of this day.
And what are your hopes for the next 50 years of Juneteenth celebration?
Keep it going. That's why we have these young people participating. We have to keep them involved so that they can know that they need to get out and do some work.
Okay. So Juneteenth, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, guys. Support the channel, guys. Gee. Whew. Man, that's crazy. So let's see what else is going on, man. That's Juneteenth. That's the 10th of the month. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Fever had a stinker tonight, man. Fever had a straight up stinker.
No. If I say I don't mind. No. Do it is most effective. That's the important thing. As long as visibility is not damaged. Okay. Oh no, I have the out. Right.
This is Matthew. He's got a car also. He's ready to get lined up. So Never will tell you what to do.
Okay, one moment, Matthew. Do I have a number? Not yet. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. You know what you're putting on? And they will balance eventually while you're showing up. Here you go. There it is. Good.
Oh, these must be the paid protesters. Oh, these are the paid protesters. This was Howard Beach. You can't that was a great story. Howard Beach, all white area. They was like, nah, man.
No. Like,
nah, man, we ain't having all that segregation, all that integration out here, man. I was like, nah, man. You niggas gotta go back to where the fuck you came from, man. That was Howard Beach. That was Howard Beach.
Our records are providing new information on a deadly shooting over on the west side.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells spoke to the family of the victim after Metro Police made an arrest in this case.
The victim was sitting in the driver's seat of her car, parked right here in front of her own home when she was shot by another driver. A spot has now been saved in her memory, and although it took 9 months, victim's sisters tell me they're relieved an arrest has been made for the crime, which was caught on camera. This home surveillance video shows a red Dodge pull up next to a blue Chevy and stop for a few seconds, during which the driver of the Dodge fired several shots into the parked car and then sped away down the street. 37-year-old Kiera Dotson, known by her family as Kia, died after being taken to the hospital. in early September 2024.
Our lives are forever changed, and it's really hard. There's a huge hole in our hearts, a huge hole in our family.
Just minutes before the shooting, traffic cameras spotted the suspect's red Dodge less than a mile from the scene. Police claim the Dodge was owned by 27-year-old Lamar Willis, who is now charged with murder. Surveillance recovered from the suspect's home allegedly shows him leaving in the Dodge before the shooting and returning 2 hours later. A juvenile witness sitting on a bike also helped police identify Willis as the shooter.
We don't know why he chose to do what he did to our sister.
According to the affidavit, Willis searched Dotson's Facebook and Instagram profiles the day of the shooting, but he denied taking part in the murder, and the motive for the violence remains a mystery.
We have no idea how this person is connected to my sister. We've never heard his name. She's never mentioned him.
We have no connection to give the investigators of why or how they would even know each other, have crossed paths.
Both Uriah and Courtney hope their younger sister is remembered as a loving mother whose life was stolen for no reason.
I just always remember calling her and we could always laugh together about whatever it was.
She's not someone who led a high-risk lifestyle. We have no idea why this happened to her, and she didn't deserve to happen to her.
Finally, Willis made his initial court hearing on Monday after the court documents were unsealed. He's now being held without bond pending trial. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
Juneteenth. It's the 10th of the month.
New tonight, a frightening ordeal in Anderson. Police say a woman's ex-boyfriend showed up armed, fired his gun, and forced her to leave with him despite a protective order meant to keep him away. Fox 59's Scarlett O'Hara brings us the message from prosecutors who say this case highlights just how quickly domestic situations can escalate into danger.
A 21-year-old man is facing several felony charges, including kidnapping while armed and criminal recklessness, after court documents say he came to these apartments to threaten his ex-girlfriend with a gun. Investigators say the victim's mother told Anderson police Saturday morning her daughter's ex-boyfriend, Edward Arouse Jr., was growing increasingly aggressive.
Okay. This is a thugged out Indian, man. This look like an Indian or an Arab. He look more like an Indian. He got those sad Indian eyes, man. What y'all think this is, man? Lee Kweli says, I celebrated Juneteenth with my white friends. It was a lot safer. Yeah, he got them sad Indian, them sad Patel eyes, man.
Urging the victim to leave with him because otherwise, he said, quote, he has nothing left to lose. Court documents say he then took out a pistol and fired it into the air several times until it malfunctioned. So the victim left with him out of fear for her mother and her own child, who was also nearby.
This was a dangerous situation, not only for the victim in this case, but for everyone around in that neighborhood and in that situation. Was putting more than just her life at risk, but other innocent bystanders.
Deputy Prosecutor Andrew Hanna says these kinds of confrontations can quickly turn deadly, so it's a priority in Madison County to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, including adding charges for violating a protective order the victim already had because of a previous incident between the pair.
We have to hold people accountable when they take a order from a judge and just blatantly disregard that. But these orders are in place, particularly in cases like this, to keep people separate under situations where that needs to occur.
He also says the goal is to disrupt harmful cycles of domestic violence that are bound to repeat. Court documents say Arouse was caught on camera footage telling the victim, quote, if the police come, I'm telling you, I'm going to hurt you. She then followed him to another location where she said his mood began to improve before SWAT officers showed up to arrest him and he resisted. Investigators found broken pieces of a handgun scattered around the apartment. Officials say there are resources available to victims of domestic violence through local police departments and prosecutors' offices. In Anderson, Scarlett O'Hara, Fox 59 News.
South mother has been scrambling for answers ever since she says her SNAP benefits were stolen last December. Now Fox 13 has learned the person accused of stealing those benefits is facing charges after reportedly trading the victim's information for a hairstyle. Let's go to Fox 13's Sierra Jordan. She spoke with the victim and shares the hardships she's faced ever since.
Jerica Wilson told me she reported her SNAP benefits were stolen back in December, but now a DHS employee is facing charges, and so is she. She never thought asking for help would lead to this. It was just days before Christmas when Jerica Wilson says she found her SNAP card empty when she went grocery shopping in West Memphis, Arkansas.
I swiped my card like 3 or 4 times trying to get the groceries, and she told me that the card wasn't going through.
According to the police report, Wilson went to DHS to renew her card. The next day, more than $1,000 was gone. She says she has been saving that money for months.
My kids, they couldn't even enjoy the Christmas that I had planned for them. And it hurt. It hurt.
A transaction summary shows Wilson's SNAP card was used at Sam's Club in Bentonville, a Save-A-Lot in West Memphis, and a Walmart in South Haven. But she says she never made those purchases and still had the card in her hand.
Detective that was supposedly be on the case, and he told me that
that was supposedly be, what the fuck? That was supposedly be the case. That was supposedly be on the case, and he told me that a DHS worker by the name of Destiny Miller stole my benefits.
Court records show Destiny Miller is charged with theft of public benefits and financial identity fraud using a scanning device or skimmer. Police say Miller gave Wilson's card number and PIN to another woman in exchange for a hairstyle. That woman was later caught on camera at Big Star using Wilson's SNAP benefits to buy groceries.
My benefits were stolen from me because, you needed your hair done. The DHS worker needed her hair done. And, it was just, that was wrong.
But 4 months later, the case took a turn. West Memphis arrested Wilson, charging her with filing a false police report and theft of property involving public benefits. Her attorney says they're fighting those charges, thinking that police made a mistake.
You took my livelihood. You took everything from me. You wrongfully accused me at a time of need. Someone stole my benefits from me, and here I am facing charges for something that was taken from me.
I reached out to West Memphis police for answers about why they charged Wilson, but we are still waiting to hear back. In West Memphis, Arkansas, Sierra Jordan, Fox 13 News.
Yo.
Breaking news, Memphis police have arrested a man they say had a taser, rope, and a plan to kidnap Memphis Mayor Paul Young.
The suspect told police that he went to the mayor's home to confront him, but investigators say it could have gone much further. Fox 13's Mandy Rock joins us live outside of 201 Poplar with new information about the plot and the suspect. Mandy.
Yeah, that's right, Darcy. This case certainly has taken a chilling turn. Investigators now believe that this wasn't random, and the items found with the suspects are raising some serious red flags tonight. According to this newly filed affidavit, this man, 25-year-old Trenton Abston, climbed over a wall around Mayor Young's gated community around 9:30 Sunday night. Police say surveillance footage shows him walking down private streets, wearing a hoodie and gloves, and knocking on the mayor's door. Fox 13 obtained this image from a law enforcement source showing the suspect that night. Police say the mayor did not open the door because he did not recognize the man. The suspect took off when no one answered. Over the next few days, investigators identified Abston as a person of interest. They say video showed his car in the area of Mayor Young's home on multiple occasions, including the night of the incident. Inside his Hyundai Santa Fe, officers say they found the same hoodie and gloves seen in surveillance video, along with a taser, duct tape, and white rope. Police arrested Abston at his workplace. According to the affidavit, Abston admitted to researching the mayor's address, driving by multiple times, and going there that night with a taser, saying he wanted to confront the mayor about crime in the city. Mayor Young released a statement today saying, in part, in today's climate, especially after the tragic events in Minnesota and the threats my wife and I often receive online, none of us can be too careful. What starts as reckless words online can all too quickly become something much more dangerous. The mayor also urged the public to reduce hateful speech and political division, going on to say, disagreement must never lead to violence. That cannot be our norm. Let's raise our discourse, reduce the hate, and protect one another, no matter our beliefs. And Abston is charged with aggravated criminal trespassing and stalking, along with attempted kidnapping, according to court records. Darcy, Darrell?
That is Fox 13's Mandy with breaking news tonight. Thank you so much, Mandy.
Anybody want to come up, man? Hit the link. Link is in the description box. Anybody want to come up? The link is in the description box. Let's see. Salute. Make sure y'all remember to support the channel. The show needs you guys to support the channel. We need you guys to support the channel so we can bring you this groundbreaking content, man.
Developing news to get to here tonight at 10 o'clock, coming in from North Philadelphia. Right now, a woman fighting to stay alive after being shot in the head. She was rushed to the hospital, and right now, police are trying to figure out a motive. Action News reporter Brianna Smith following the story for us. She joins us live there outside police headquarters with the very latest on what we're learning about this shooting. Brianna.
Ray, Philadelphia police say that 21-year-old woman remains unresponsive at the hospital tonight as they try to find the suspects who they believe possibly targeted her. They're also searching the victim's vehicle, which was just feet away from her at the crime scene.
I was scared because bullets go anywhere.
Johnny Tobias says she heard the single gunshot outside her window that left a 21-year-old woman in extremely critical condition in North Philadelphia on Wednesday evening.
It's too much of this going on. Everybody have problems, but it's always another way to solve them.
Philadelphia police say officers responded to the 800 block of North Watts Street just before 6:30 p.m.
Officers actually heard the shot and responded within seconds.
That's where detectives found the woman unresponsive on the sidewalk, suffering from a gunshot wound to her head. Police rushed the victim to the hospital. Neighbors hope she survives.
I feel bad for them. Yeah, city is getting ridiculous right now. So bad.
Police say the woman was just feet away from her vehicle, this white Nissan, which they say appears to have bags of clothing in the trunk. They also found some clothes down the block.
It was somewhat suspicious with the trunk open, the rear door open. So that vehicle will be towed to the police garage. They'll get a search warrant for it, which is normal protocol, and they'll search that vehicle for any evidence.
As the investigation continues, detectives are also trying to determine why the woman was on this secluded street.
A lot of people park on the street and ride bikes or scooters in town to work. We never have anything like this around here.
And again, police have no one in custody at this time, nor do they have a description of the suspects, but they're actively looking for information and video from the community to help in their investigation. Live outside Philadelphia Police Headquarters, Brianna Smith for Action News at 10.
Yo.
What's up, Rich? What's happening?
Yo, man, happy Juneteenth, Chief.
Thank you, man. That means a lot, man.
Yeah. Look, man, on this Juneteenth, I think it's important that we remember the origins of this holiday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to not forget that Chauvin's knee changed the world.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. Chauvin was he was sent by God, man.
Chauvin was sent by God so that we may celebrate Juneteenth.
Yeah. Anytime you open up, listen, let me just say this. George Floyd, that dude Chauvin is in jail like right now. He in a cell. What is it, 10 o'clock? I mean, it's 12. It was 10 on the West Coast.
Right.
He in a cell, man. That shit is real. Chauvin ain't in like pretend jail. Or this is something like he's in, you know what I'm saying? He's in prison.
Yeah. Ain't that a bitch act? Being in prison because some crackhead OD'd?
I'm telling you, that sucks. That you talk about like shitty day, man. I know he wish he wouldn't have responded to that call.
Right, man. Ain't that a kick in the head or a knee on the neck?
I'm telling you, never can tell. Jesus, Pantheon, what's up? She probably muted.
Good morning. How are you?
Everything's cool. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP.
I was saying suppose sounds like Black Sugar, aka Memphis Mammy.
Hey, Pantheon, do you guys
Shots
celebrate?
fired.
Right.
Do you guys celebrate Juneteenth in the UK?
Of course not. Well,
Why
what
not?
slaves did we free?
Why
What
not?
slaves did we free? Slaves were freed decades earlier. We don't have Juneteenth.
I think the world should celebrate Juneteenth, Doc.
Why? Because word traveled slowly across America, so the world has to celebrate it.
Because why not?
Because it doesn't matter. No one cares.
Yeah, man.
Like, who
Juneteenth.
cares if 100 slaves were told that they were free in Texas, like a few years later than the rest of the continent? What's that got to do with anyone else?
When do you think that word's gonna travel to Africa that slavery is abolished?
They're not gonna answer the phone. They're gonna put you on wait.
They
Man.
knew they didn't have colonialism from the 1960s. They're fine. They're all good.
Yeah, Africa still got slaves. In many
Right.
places.
That's what I'm getting at. Hey, look, a little slavery never killed nobody.
I'm telling you. Jeez.
And walking back to my car with the gun in his hand. He taped on my window. He said, I kill everybody in here.
Road rage in Maryland, from cutting off other drivers to pulling a gun and firing it into another car. Maryland drivers are dealing with aggressive drivers on interstates, main roads, and side streets.
11 News Investigates is looking deeper into the issue. We even have a QR code at the bottom right-hand side of your screen with more details and an interactive quiz.
And right now, 11 News Barry Sims shows you just how serious the problem has become and what's being done to address it.
On I-95 in Howard County, a driver shows the bullet holes in his van and the shattered passenger window. This is body camera video obtained by 11 News from Maryland State Police. The victim also shows a trooper broken glass on the roadway. In another instance, a minor accident on the same highway following a family road trip turned a woman and her young children into road rage victims. She says the other driver hit her car while pushing his way into bumper-to-bumper stop-and-go traffic.
He hit my car and he swerved from in front of me and got in front of the other car and slammed on brakes and came walking back to my car with the gun in his hand. He taped on my window. He said, I kill everybody in here.
The family recorded video of the man pointing a gun at them as they drove down the highway. Since then,
We haven't been on any road trips. It's not cool. Like, my kids is traumatized. They actually arrested him. Right. He had 2 firearms.
39 for the shooting, multiple victims.
11 News Investigates has reported on other incidents.
What you did to my
Videos taken by victims and witnesses and turned over for police investigations on just how frightening road rage situations can get. Like this driver, out of his car, pointing a gun and making threats. Others, like this woman, brandished weapons to instill fear. She pleaded guilty after she was caught.
It's horrible to even have to discuss it, that somebody would elevate it to that level.
The temper flaring situations are also happening on city streets and county roads. A man is now charged with assault following an April road rage incident in Essex. This is what we learned from a court charging document. The accused road rage driver got into this turn lane at Eastern Boulevard and Stemmers Run Road, and the light was red at the time. The driver made a right turn, then a quick left, and cut through that parking lot. By that time, the traffic on Eastern Boulevard was already moving.
Oh my God. Is he about to go over the whole goddamn incident? Jesus Christ.
I buckle up, man. Nick Tower in the back.
Oh, really?
Nick Tower's in the back and TR McCoy.
Yo, if y'all want to support the channel, you can. Nobody's stopping you, man. You can support the channel, guys. Nobody's gonna yell at you if you support the channel, man. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Come
what are
on,
your
guys,
thoughts?
your donations.
What are y'all? Yeah, right. Yeah. Happy Juneteenth. What are y'all thoughts?
Yo, what up, Ock?
What's happening?
Man, nothing much, man. Nothing much. Same old, same old, same old.
Mm-hmm.
What, you didn't get any shop discounts for Juneteenth? No restaurant discounts? They didn't see you and say, "Oh, a black man have 50% off."
Well, that's
Music's
well,
free now.
How's it going, everyone? How was y'all Juneteenth, man? How did y'all feel today, man? Did y'all feel the Juneteenth spirit? Or
Man, I was pissed off that the mailbox was closed, that the damn post office was closed. That shit kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But besides that, I mean,
Not refusing service to a black man on Juneteenth. Wow.
bullshit, right?
I think only black
What the hell?
folks
What the
should
hell
have
did we
off.
go to slavery? What did we die for slavery for?
Yo, I think only black folks should get the day off on Juneteenth. What do you think?
Yeah. They should go around telling everyone Iz is free now. As a free man.
They should demand $5 out of everybody's ATM. Just stand behind them.
For
Be
the,
like,
for the
hey,
tides?
yeah, it's Juneteenth. Yeah, it's Juneteenth.
Juneteenth tides.
You gotta pay your fair share.
It's only right, right?
It is.
Yo, and I was thinking about this, right? St. Patrick's Day, they celebrate with shots, right? Juneteenth, they celebrate with shots, just kind of different shots,
With switches.
Right.
They should make.
The Irish Jameson shots. The brothers like glizzy shots.
They should make food stamps come early on Juneteenth. Like, I remember, growing up being on food stamps, that shit had to come on the 1st. They should make it come on 19th or Juneteenth, whatever day that comes on, just for black people. You get extra crab legs.
Yeah. They should just make it tax free on Juneteenth.
Instead of a
Neighbors
check,
warn
you
this
get
could
a
be
food
dangerous
stamp.
because you never. Neighbors warn this could be dangerous because you never know how someone's going to respond to what sounds like a home invasion. A community-wide alert has been issued, and so far, we have discovered that this has happened on as many as 4 different streets.
It's just a loud bang, so I thought someone was coming in, and I have 2 small kids, so it's scary.
It was really jarring. I screamed.
Amy Gavaston and other Rogers Forge neighbors are recalling terrifying moments they believe are tied to a TikTok prank. It involves someone trying to crash through their front door.
All of a sudden, the door burst open, and we heard laughter outside, and I could hear footsteps running away from the house.
The one they're describing resembles what is known as the Kool-Aid Man Challenge.
Hey, Kool-Aid!
Oh, yeah! It stems from the iconic commercial where a pitcher of Kool-Aid crashes through a wall.
Young kids and social media, which is probably not appropriate when you're 10 years old and they're bored on summer break.
In Rogers Forge, all the incidents sound the same. someone body slamming a front door. Harrison Hart spotted 2 children ramming his neighbor's doors.
I turned around, saw a kid running towards his friend who was at the neighboring house, who did the same exact thing, threw his body straight into the front door, making a loud sound, probably startling the people inside. And then as soon as they did that, they ran off to the side street and scurried down out of sight.
Neighbors have seen 5 to 6 kids gathering to watch, mostly girls. They say sometimes they slam into glass doors, but no property damage has been reported.
We just happened to see their little scooters and stuff outside because they were still out there.
It was pretty loud, pretty scary. It sounded like someone put their entire body up against the door.
Neighbors say police have been given a good description of some of those involved. Baltimore County Police tell us they are investigating. Reporting from Rogers Forge, David Collins, WBAL TV 11 News.
I was curious to know the race of those people.
You on mute, Chief.
Those are a bunch of dumb fucking kids, man. But it's gonna take one wrong person to freaking take that as a threat. And once if that happens, man, they get shot because they're doing that dumb shit. They're gonna blame like, oh, what? It's like it was just harmless fun. I'm like, nah.
Recently though, LA Thorn, didn't we see that in Virginia where the white kid got shot
With
by
the
the
ding
black
dong,
woman?
yeah, the ding dong ditch kid.
I'm not sure. It might have been, man.
No,
No,
it did happen.
The 18-year-old white guy.
But
Yeah,
he
the
got
ding dong ditch.
the brother who shot him got arrested.
Really?
Mhm.
Really? I thought
Yeah,
they.
the
I
brother
thought
got
he did.
arrested.
Wow.
But I deal with kids. I deal with kids as a part of my job. But I drive a school bus, and right now I deal with Jewish kids, and the small
that
hats.
sounds easy.
And the small hats, they don't do that. Any kind of any of that dumb shit, man.
Sir, I have a question for you, sir. How's it going, first of all?
It's going okay.
Do you think the Jews are responsible for everything that's bad in society?
I gotta say this: the ones that are responsible for it, that are of Jewish faith, just like how it's not all one section of a population, it's just one section that happens to be, doing everything that's overrepresented and shit. But the interactions I've had with Jews and all that, it's they've been pretty much respectful and kind to me. But then again, I really don't say that much because during the first part of the year I was dealing with Jewish girls who are in high school, and most of the time, I drive a school bus, man. I drive both public and
I heard that the wrong way. My bad.
No, man. Nah. I drive a school bus. I drive a school bus, man.
My bad, my fault.
Yeah, I drive a school bus, and I drive for both a public school and also a couple Jewish schools with the company I'm with. And the Jewish girls are usually quiet, keep to themselves and shit. And fucking it's the little kids that are in the public schools that are fucking rambunctious. I swear to fucking God, like this one particular stop, man. Like it's a whole bunch of son kids, and they are fucking just the worst, man. And it's like the third to last stop. I'm like, I gotta deal with these fucking kids.
Nigger.
These kids, right? Why do you
nigger.
say they're the worst? What? Elaborate.
Okay. Reason why I say that is because
You're picking up high school age kids or all ages?
I'm dropping. I do both drop off and pick up. In the mornings, I would pick up like elementary school kids and also the Jewish high school girls. And then in the then the evening, not in the evening, but like the afternoon, I would pick up elementary school, preschool, and
Hey,
kindergarten.
let me
Yeah,
before everybody falls asleep, let me interject, man. Let me interject, man.
Can you put the names up, just on the screen?
Names is on the screen.
Please.
What do you mean?
So the Jews are responsible for all the bad stuff, but it's not all Jews. That's basically a summary of your position, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much
that
correct, man.
is. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know how. What the names are not on there?
No, I think it's when you remove the super chat.
I did. I didn't. Oh. Okay. It says show display names.
Yeah.
Got that.
Yo, real quick, as far as my question to LA, he don't even got to answer that. We all know the answer to that.
Oh yeah. I don't know what the fuck I did.
Now, do you frisk them? Do you have like a wand? Do you wand these kids when they walk into your bus?
Nah, I don't have that, man. Like,
so you are here just raw dogging life, huh?
I'm ex-military, man. I used to drive a tank for a living, man.
So you're bulletproof.
Well, I ain't 50 Cent, but
do you wear a bulletproof vest?
Nah, I don't work in that type of a neighborhood, man.
Mm.
But the
kids I deal with,
that type of neighborhood.
I'm sorry, but the kids I do deal with, man, they fucking, some of them are fucking just ghetto as shit, man.
Yeah, nigga, that's why you need the best, bro. Never know what the hell's gonna happen.
Now, does your school bus have that divider?
What is it, Kevlar?
That the public buses got, that divider eye for when they spit on you? The bulletproof glass that divides the bus driver from the public. Do you got that shit, Ellie?
I work in I work and live in New Jersey, man. Not fucking Chirac.
So what that mean? New Jersey, people getting shot in. Man, let's go to New Jersey right now, Chief. Nah, I'm just fucking.
So South Florida has some events today. Let's see what they did in South Florida for June.
Move your spirit and happening across the country today, including here in South Florida.
And the holiday honors the day enslaved people in Texas learned that they were free 160 years ago. Local 10's Terrell Fournay live now on South Beach where celebrations today.
Calvin and Nicole, there were several festivities here on Miami Beach alone, and we know that these events, some of them went well into the nighttime hours, but whether people celebrated here in Miami-Dade or in Broward, they were upbeat just as much as they were educational. The rhythm of music and dance, a crowd of dozens united under the sun to celebrate Juneteenth, right in the heart of South Beach's Lincoln Road.
I don't know if there was a better way to celebrate the day.
Is that a dude?
To be here to experience this beautiful interpretive dancing that just moves your spirit and makes you feel so many different emotions.
Over in Miami's Wynwood neighborhood, a ribbon cutting to unveil a brand new Emancipation Day themed mural right on the side wall of the Museum of Graffiti.
This mural is based off of the theme of having freedom through music, through movement, through culture, through
pro-black is nothing but pro-gay.
As Black people.
We want people to understand what this holiday is, what it represents.
In Broward, more celebrations of this official federal holiday.
What looks so hopeless now?
In Miramar, Family Day brought music and educational speeches. Children were welcomed with open arms.
I think it's going to be fun, and I think we get to celebrate our culture a proper way.
And in Hollywood, a full-on parade, complete with dancers and drums around Pembroke Road to mark the occasion. It's what the day is all about.
This is a part of American history. Unfortunately, it's a dark period, but yet still, we got to keep telling the history.
And this has become an annual tradition in a lot of communities across South Florida. And back here on Miami Beach, this is the 5th straight year for this type of celebration. We are live on South Beach tonight. I'm Terrell Fournette, Local 10 News.
Well, we shall see, man. We shall see. Let's see what else is going on here, man. The 10th. It's the 10th. Shout out to everybody. Okay. Okay, go to your hometown, man.
A celebration of freedom is underway as we mark a moment in American history when those who never knew it finally found out they had it. Today is Juneteenth, of course, a holiday commemorating the day the last enslaved Americans got word that they'd been freed. And to honor the day, the African American Museum in Philadelphia is hosting a block party and a powerful exhibit. Race and culture reporter Taronda Thomas has more now from Center City.
The weather caused things to wrap up early here at Juneteenth, but even with the scheduling hiccups, it was a great celebration.
Honestly, I'm just loving the energy.
An energy that fills 7th and Arch. It's not just a block, it's a block party.
Juneteenth Festival, baby! Woo!
Man.
Yo, that party is not that live, dude.
That
Stop
shit is
it.
not definitely ain't live. We looking at this shit. This John dry as hell, bro.
Yo, day drinking is the best, ain't it?
I've seen live parties at cemeteries.
Yeah. Yo, but think about that. If someone told me that I've been free and I'm still here slaving, I would have been pissed.
Yeah, I'd be mad as hell. Like, goddamn.
I mean, look. These people
happy as shit though at the same time.
These people wasn't like us though. If they was most slaves, you know, that's all they knew. I think you'd be more scared.
Yeah. They say it was like 7 years or something like that, right? That they were free. They didn't know. Like
No, it was 2. It was like 2 years.
2 years. Man, look.
10 months. It wasn't even 2 years. It was long enough. But the thing is, like if you're a slave and you always been a slave and your mom was a slave, daddy was a slave. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you free now? Like, word? Like, what the fuck? What now? You know? And we saw that with those articles, man, from the 1800s, man.
Right. We know what now. We know what some of them did.
Some man hit the ground running, man.
Hit the ground running. I was gonna say that, like, it almost feels like some of those some men went straight to the liquor store.
Yeah.
For the loitering.
Yeah, it really
Just
does.
started loitering.
Yeah.
Right to the liquor store and the strip club.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
First thing the nigga did, he went from the plantation to the booty club. That's
right. You almost like look. You almost gotta respect it how they hit the ground running though. It's like damn, like that's what's up, you know.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to Ray Wall. What's up, Ray Wall? What's happening, man?
Happy Juneteenth, man.
I mean, my bad. Happy Juneteenth, man. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing, man. How was your teeth?
It's good, man. I went to the Yankees game.
In New York?
Yeah, it was a work event. Yeah.
Did they honor the day or what?
I guess it's kind of like a soft.
They recognized it? Like did they what?
Nah.
For the 18th?
Nah.
Nothing? Wow.
Nah, nothing.
I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. First thing in the morning, I'm gonna start complaining.
Uh-oh. It's the teeth, man.
Yeah, man. Don't let the sisters find out, Ray Wall.
Yeah. Yankees celebrated Pride Month. No, that was the Mets. But these teams celebrate Pride Month, but they don't celebrate Juneteenth. Yeah. Man, what the fuck?
Don't let the sisters find out. It's
What's
over for the
going on
Yankees.
with that?
The Yankees canceled for the year.
Now,
If only the slaves were fucking gay and trans, they would be included in that shit.
Right. This party. Hold on. Let's get back to this live ass party in Philly.
This shit look dry.
Juneteenth Festival, baby! Woo!
This is the 5th year that the African American Museum in Philadelphia has hosted Juneteenth festivities, complete with music, vendors,
To bring my beautiful artwork to the people. This is my traveling gallery.
games,
Where the daddy?
She tried to checkmate you. No, she didn't. And of course, food.
I got a fried fish sandwich with corn. There's so many different varieties of food to get. There's Jamaican
Damn,
food,
man.
there's
Really, you
American
got a
food.
dad.
It all reflects the diaspora.
It ain't no the variety of women down that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's all
The African
Muslim.
American experience
Muslim,
on a
man.
significant day, the day the last of America's enslaved people got the news they were free. That legacy of freedom, part of the story shared inside the museum, which offered free admission in celebration of Juneteenth.
It's great because African American history is American
Oh
history.
shit!
We expect.
Oh my god.
He's the director of programming, man.
Man,
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at those eyes. Look at those
Of
eyes,
course.
man.
Of
yeah,
course.
look at those liberal eyes. This guy's crazy.
Yeah,
Of course.
man.
Of course, it's the glider that has to organize everything.
Yeah,
Look at those dead eyes.
yo, it
Man,
wouldn't
I'm
be.
telling you.
It wouldn't
I
be.
think he's hopped up on baby blood or something.
Juneteenth would be. It wouldn't.
It would
go
just be a
smooth.
black party everywhere. It wouldn't be some
Yeah.
organized event. It would just, if it was left to niggas, bro.
Yeah, salute to this glider, man, for helping us tap the loose ends.
Yo,
Stay
y'all
focused.
niggas don't feel bad that a oppressor has to organize y'all fucking slave event, bro.
No, he's
Y'all
an
don't feel
ally.
bad about that?
He's an ally.
Hey, hey, Nick Town, who else is gonna do it though? How else is it gonna get done?
I mean, yeah, that's
Hey
a fair
man,
point.
they ask for reparations and they say who's gonna pay? They say that's not for us to decide.
Yeah, like this guy right here though. Like I give him credit, man. Like
He's one of the good ones.
working with a bunch of Negroes, man, trying to get something. The Negroes gonna be
Oh
late.
hell no, they gonna be late. When they do get together, they just gonna talk a whole bunch of shit about nothing. It's not gonna be any real plans being made.
Yo, they gonna be drunk. They
Don't
gonna
let
be
it-
drunk by the time
don't-
they get there.
Don't let it be a bunch of black men. They just gonna be talking about the fattest ass they seen today.
People that lack conflict resolution skills. Yo,
Yeah, they gotta.
I'm assuming this glider is not welcomed in New Guy's ethno state, right? What do you think?
Yeah, this
Nah,
Yeah, he's one of the good ones.
Yo, this guy's got a rough though, man. I mean, like think about it, man. You show up and like you doing more work than the niggas. Like you taking it more seriously than the niggas. Like niggas don't give a fuck about no damn Juneteenth.
Nah.
Listen, you gotta like grow up with some shit. You gotta like it gotta be like entrenched in you. Now listen, maybe this next generation will, because they will have grown up with it. It'll be something real to them. But niggas my age, man, we be faking like shit, acting like we care about Juneteenth. These niggas don't got no heart for no Juneteenth, man. So this white guy, he doesn't know that really. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, Juneteenth, man, yeah. And the niggas is like, huh? He know all the facts and the statistics and the fucking years and shit. Niggas don't know whether it was 2 years or 40 years, but how long the niggas were slaves before they found out. Before the soldiers came and told them. You nigga don't know no Juneteenth facts. I bet this guy know every little fucking nugget about Juneteenth.
I bet he does.
Yeah, man. You know, they used to make the slave boats out of 3x5 Michigan bark. Yeah, it's pretty swell.
Hey, did you ever watch the series Atlanta?
Yeah, I saw a couple seasons of it.
A couple seasons. You remember that episode where that chick Van, I guess they went to her mom's house and her mom was like dating some white dude that was like all about African history.
I don't think I
They
saw
just
that episode.
okay, man. They went over the top. It was hilarious, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they used to feed the slaves fresh chicken to keep them up. on the plantation, and yeah, man. When you were a slave, you had to pick exactly 3.5 pounds of cotton.
And let me just tell you about all the homosexuality that was going on in the tribes.
The bug
A
breaking.
lot of homosexuality. Everybody was just having sex, even with children.
Look at y'all making fun of this guy, man. That's crazy.
It's the truth.
This is a damn shame, man. This guy could be doing anything. He could be
Look at those eyes. You know what I see? I see Alex Soros in those eyes.
Yeah, he's a waste of some white skin, man. This guy could have been a stockbroker. He could have been a fucking venture capitalist. Now he's slumming. He
looks like a ghoul.
Could have been working on the AI algorithm.
Audience. The celebration wants a diverse audience,
including some New Orleans culture featured in a new exhibition.
These works are so rarely seen outside of New
Nigga,
Orleans.
art look like motherfucking shit anybody could do. Like my daughter could do this shit. Man.
It just looks like somebody drew what's that little nigga name? Lil Bill. Just looked like just drew fucking 15 different Lil Bills on the.
Man, I love Lil Bill, bro.
Look, niggas drew a goddamn mural on a goddamn basketball jersey and shit. What the fuck?
Yo, look at the light skinned people next to the dark. Or are they white people? And that middle one.
Hey, I think Pantheon's in the back.
Yeah, Nick, I think it was a white person.
Yeah, what's wrong with the jersey though? Obviously, it's gotta be a jersey, right? Yo, did I freeze?
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't care about Juneteenth. They don't care anything about it. It's just a way to stick it to the white man, to the glider.
Yeah, I remember. You know, I'm born in. You know, of course, I'm a tether, but I was born in Corpus Christi, and I remember my first Juneteenth experience. You know, in Corpus, there's not many black people or whatever. You know, but there was like a beach side, and a lot of people were barbecuing outside. You know how you have those grills that are cemented into the ground or whatever.
Yeah,
they're at the beach. Yeah. So a lot of people were just grilling, and I had never seen that many black people, you know, at that time in Corpus, and that's when my dad kind of explained to me what Juneteenth was.
Okay.
Well, you said you
so yeah. You know, you familiar with Tariq Nasheed,
yeah.
right?
Well,
you are Caribbean?
No, my parents are Nigerian.
Nigerian,
okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, this dude's a tether. Okay.
Yeah, next I don't fuck with tethers.
I only dislike the tethers that come here and be like, "Yo, y'all niggas," and I'm be
y'all
like,
are lazy.
You came from a complete hellhole, bro. Like y'all niggas, y'all come.
It's the best. It's the best of us.
And I say shit if people from in because my dad's like from the islands and shit. If he was talking shit about Americans, I'd be like, dog.
Yeah, you know what I hate, Nick? I hate when tethers come here and they point out the rampant violent acts that FBAs commit. I'm like, why are you pointing out all these homicides that the FBAs are committing? You know, I want to see more unity. I need you to fall in line and ignore the rampant violence that the FBAs are committing. As a matter of fact, partake.
Hey,
I mean, if you listen to Tariq Nasheed, they're the ones doing all the crime anyway. So.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Can I get a personal request?
Louisiana.
Can I get a personal request? Can every black man on the panel who comes up say Eyes is free now, I'm a free black man in celebration of Juneteenth?
Eyes is free. Jesus Christ.
Free.
Eyes is free.
Hey, y'all.
Eyes is a free man.
Damn. Yo, you heard it, Crook.
Happy Juneteenth, my brothers. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, man.
Say Eyes is free.
Happy Juneteenth, man.
I gotta warm up before I put my slave voice on.
That's pretty black, man.
Yo, the crazy thing is, I bet when they found out they were free, they probably wanted to stay at the plantation. I don't think they just ran off.
Hey, that's I'm
Man, them
telling you, people.
motherfuckers knew they was free, man. They ain't want to leave, man. They ignored that shit. They heard that shit. They was like, y'all, we just gonna act like we don't hear it, man. Then it was
Exactly.
like,
responsibility, man.
yeah, they was
They
like,
had
man, what the
health and
fuck?
work benefits.
So Juneteenth was really like the time when it was like, man, they just ran out and everybody was looking at them crazy, and they finally was like, fuck, we gotta give in. All right, y'all. Yeah, we ain't heard we was free, man. Oh yeah, man, they ain't even tell us, man. Hell no.
I think
Party's
they
over.
I think they didn't. They just they were getting fed and shelter. I think they probably were comfortable.
Yeah,
I know
they
they
had
was
free health
comfortable.
and work benefits.
Yeah, it's like
Just imagine, bruh,
free.
you ain't gotta pay for shit, and all you gotta do is work a little
yeah,
bit.
your boss paying for you to eat, and
And then they boss knew slavery was over with, so he was probably extra nice to them, man. That was just they boys, man.
yeah, he didn't take their wife to the outhouse anymore after they got freed. He was like, you could just work, man. I'll just
You
give
got
you a
your
little.
pick of women. You could see women all the time. The gay ones had men all the time.
Then
The man.
most slaves stayed anyway. They just changed their names to indentured servants and shit. They still stayed around.
Yep.
Yeah, the master probably broke him a little softer after they freed him. He was like, I ain't even gonna buck break you that hard. Just
Damn.
work on my plantation. I'm a buck break you, and then it's gonna be a happy family, man.
Damn. This what's that? Did y'all see that video I showed the other day about the dude talking about the plantation? Here we go. This one right here. Bada
Oh
bing.
man.
In 1950, when drugs began to pour into Harlem, we went to drugs. We used drugs. We got high off heroin. We nodded, but we were cool. We didn't do like our parents had been doing since the plantation days, getting drunk on Saturday night and going around
Oh.
cutting each other up, hitting each
Oh.
other in the head with
I
axes and
remember
meat
this.
cleavers and shooting each
Oh.
other. All we did, we got high and we nodded and we became lost in our own selves.
And it was a rebellion, in this case, against violence.
No.
Partly.
It was a rebellion against being identified with our parents.
What?
A local 10
What
years
the
update on Miami
hell?
Gardens.
What is this nigga talking about?
Hey, say,
In
hey, man,
1950,
Negroes
when
from Negro land.
They
Bro,
said
that's
they
some crazy
was going around
shit.
hitting each other upside the head with meat cleavers and axes.
Bro, I hate when niggas act like niggas aren't being violent now. Like
I know.
the violence didn't go anywhere, bro. Y'all still doing the same shit, bro.
Hey, they went right back to enslaving each other just like they was doing in Africa. It's just
Yeah, we ain't violent like
they
them
got
niggas, bro. Yes, y'all are,
free
bro.
from slavery and went right back to tribal beef.
Like you hear niggas from the '90s be like, man,
Man, we used to fight,
we used
man. We
to
used to
we used to
fight.
be able to walk outside when we was kids, just play, and ain't nobody shoot. Nowadays, you can't even fight no more. Everybody just want to shoot.
You know what's
Like,
crazy
nigga,
with niggas in the 90s though, especially here? They all say that same, man, we used to be able to do this, we used to be able to do that. But then you hear the same people have them stories when they get around white people. Man, my kids used to have to sleep in the bathtub because bullets was flying. I'd be like, which one was it, motherfucker? Like, which one?
They like telling the white people the sob story and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
But you got to be violent with sons because they'll try you if you're not.
That's true.
yeah, man, let niggas tell it. During the summertime, they just had the fucking fire hydrant on, doing the goddamn jigaboo shuffle every fucking summer, and ain't nothing happened, bro. Like,
Wow. It was turned up in the 90s and the
Yeah.
1890s. The 1890s was crazy.
It was wild.
It was turned up. This motherfucker said hitting each other upside the head with meat cleavers and axes. Yo, that shit. But man, I don't know if I would have been hanging out back then. I ain't trying to get him upside the head with a meat cleaver. Fuck that.
bro, you hear this nigga trying to like rationalize using heroin instead of like alcohol. Like, oh, this is like
Hey,
this what
Nick Town,
niggas do, man.
He was probably on some heroin at the time during that
Hey,
interview.
yeah, heroin is a non-violent drug, man.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
shit.
Matter of fact, I think that's what we need, man. I think the community just need more heroin, man.
Heroin
Look,
Yeah.
wasn't seen like this though. Like the stigma wasn't on it. Like even in the 70s, they was doing heroin.
Yeah.
Heroin was
Hey,
big.
yeah, it was niggas
hey,
getting rich off heroin back then, bro. Before the crack
yeah.
era.
Hey, I read the book Iceberg Slim's Pimp Story of My Life. Man, it tripped me out about how much heroin he was talking about he
Yeah,
was shooting up. I was like, man, I didn't realize it was like that.
yeah.
I didn't realize that you could survive off of just shooting up heroin every day like that.
I remember I talked to my dad. I was like, I didn't know heroin was that bad. He was like, nigga, that shit worse than crack, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. And crack really don't make you do nothing. Crack is coke. You know what I'm saying? Crack is coke. It's the boy and the girl. Like the crack is the girl. They call that shit the girl.
Yeah,
They
white
call
girl.
heroin the
Yeah,
boy.
that's what they call. Yeah, that's because in the table of contents, they went through because that's all he was talking about. I copped a few yellows and I copped a few boys and I chased it down with girl. And in the table of contents, they explained all that. I was like, what?
Yo,
Yeah.
no bullshit. Yo, DC, y'all used to come up with all like the names for drugs, right? DC used to be like the trendsetter for those like nicknames and shit, wasn't y'all?
That
I mean,
boat.
they got some slang. They got some wicked
Yeah, they got
slang.
that they had a lot of slang for that fucking drug shit that just spread across the Blakistan.
Hmm. A lot of DC slang though, it didn't leave DC. Like the hardcore DC slang, I don't hear it nowhere else but DC or DMV area. Like the way you talk in DC is like it's like kind of like the Bay. It's like they got their own language and shit. But yeah, that boy and that girl, that heroin fuck you up, man. Heroin ruined China. Like China, that's how they was able to get China. Got
The
everybody in
the
China hooked with
opium.
dope. Yeah,
Yeah, the
opium.
opium wars.
Yeah, they used to smoke that all the time right over here in the States too. The Tigers.
Yeah, they got everybody. Yeah,
They
it's
they
just
had bars dedicated to that, from what I understand, right? Like cafes dedicated to smoking that.
yeah, it's a big problem, man. Heroin is a big problem. Crack and coke is over. It's like overestimated, man. Like it's like blown
Yeah,
up. Because
yeah, it's
the
like
thing about crack that was really about that really fucked the image of crack up was the violence.
mhm.
Because you could sell you could get coke. It basically was it made coke. Everybody could deal and use coke. With that, when coke was really before that sophisticated, kind of like party drug.
Yeah,
Like
it was like a rich
yeah,
drug. Like motherfucker, the wealthy did it at
yeah,
parties to kick it, and then that shit turned crack, and then motherfuckers was
yeah.
able to knock that shit down, smack it up, put a whole bunch of bullshit in there, and sell it for cheap, make a lot of money.
Niggas was
Yeah, cut it up.
it involved niggas in the coke game, and that's basically what happened. Niggas, it's just basically it's like basically crack was basically like a fucking nice upscale mall with like a fucking what I'm saying like K Jewelers and the motherfucking goddamn all these sophisticated stores and
Yeah, that
shit.
shit was like Rodale Drive, and then that shit turned
Yeah.
to Rodeo
And
Drive,
then a
motherfuckers.
Payless. You got a
And
Payless
then
on
and then
William
you
Drive.
let niggas and then you basically put a fucking goddamn 20 forever 21 in a goddamn downtown locker room in that bitch.
Ah shit. That shit turned into a motherfucking Mall of America to goddamn a strip mall with 2 motherfucking occupied stores and shit, and a fucking candy store, and a barber shop.
They just put a lot of violence. Niggas just brought a lot of violence to the coke game. Even crackheads, like even like the crackheads I see, they ain't nothing like the dope fiends. Dope fiends be nodding. I'm talking about like forehead on the ground, feet on the ground, forehead on the ground for hours.
Yeah, that lean.
Crackhead just walking around looking at like little rocks on the ground. They might
Kind
see
of
something white
like
on the
Floyd.
ground.
Kind of like Floyd was in the
Yeah.
store.
They see something on the ground that's white, and they think it's a crack rock. That's
They
like
trying to smoke it or what?
no, they every little white thing on the ground they try to get out and inspect it to make sure somebody ain't drop a crack rock. And then but that's this is no comparison.
Man, they're both pretty dangerous to look like. Very dangerous.
Dope is crazy. But this guy right here, yeah, I think he agrees with that. Make sure y'all support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man. We need y'all to support the channel, man. Support the channel, guys.
Guys, $19 for Juneteenth.
Yeah, man. Like everybody we need some real supporters, man. The only real supporter we got is like Doug, Chunks, and Christy. Everybody else, like $3 and $2. we try and bring you. We trying to bring y'all the fucking Black Fatigue, the Juneteenth. The few days I was off, man, I was watching this shit, watching YouTube. I don't know why you talking about shit, man. Nobody be talking about shit, bro. I'm telling you, man, nobody be talking about shit that I see. I ain't even gonna lie, man. When I was watching YouTube, I was like, damn, shit, I couldn't get no crime updates, nothing. By that, and then on that thought, no, let's see what's going on with the crime, man. Let's see what's going on with the crime right now, man. For Juneteenth, man. We go Chicago, man. We're gonna do Chicago first, man.
I feel like it's been quiet, but I could be wrong, man.
It probably has, man, because I ain't nothing popped up on my algorithm. Nothing popped up on my algorithm
Is
at
of
all.
course Juneteenth, the national holiday that marks the day in 1865 when the last slaves in Texas learned they were free.
There are events happening all over Chicago this morning. To walk us through the events and happenings around Chicago, Jackie Kostick joins us live. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, guys. Glad to be here this morning. The Juneteenth festivities kick off with a couple of morning events. So I'll actually be heading out to North Lawndale in just a couple of hours for the neighborhood's first Juneteenth parade. Mayor Brandon Johnson is expected to attend that. So here's a look at the parade route. Floats will begin lining up at 8:15 before stepping off at 9 a.m. at Costner and 16th.
Okay, so that's what happened. Let's see.
This one's kind of dangerous, like down 16th.
What's
Man,
16th?
It's in Lawndale. It's busting.
Oh wow.
You know, the mayor.
The celebration
bragging,
here at the
right?
DuSable Museum wraps around.
What's that?
The mayor keeps bragging that his initiatives are the reason that crime is down, right? Who knew that this whole philosophy of love them until they love themselves would have worked?
Why do you think crime is down?
Crime is down nationally. It's not because the mayor is being nice to these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Why do you think
definitely
it's
is that. I think everybody dead, man. Everybody dead and locked
Yeah,
up.
me
A new
too.
generation gonna pop up though.
Right.
Yeah, new generation gonna pop up and they gonna be right back.
Around the entire building. You can see there are crowds all behind me. Everyone's having such a great time as people reflect on the meaning of this holiday while they connect with community.
Juneteenth celebrations bringing out the crowds throughout the Chicagoland area. The DuSable Black History Museum hosting day-long festivities featuring food, fun, and education for all ages.
Just being able to see as many people that's out here, being able to come together and being like as one as a unit, for sure. I love the energy.
Christine Perry reflecting on the true meaning of the holiday and what it means for her.
You know, it makes me think about what we've been through. And we have been through a lot in this country. What we've been through is horrific. And we have to tell our story, and we have to celebrate.
What we've been through is horrific. Yeah, dude, what you've been through is the greatest Africans The greatest black people that ever fucking walked the face of the earth. You niggas got it better than any nigga that ever breathed a fucking breath of air in the fucking history of the world. These niggas is annoying with this shit. We've been through hell. We debunked lynching. I mean, lynching was just you niggas getting your comeuppance and shit.
Celebrate was right, and that's our freedom.
On the west side today, the North Lawndale community stepping out together and marching as one in the Freedom Parade.
Happy Juneteenth. Today is the day that we know our ancestors are smiling upon us today. Oh, yeah. Because we're not just descendants of slaves. We are free people who were enslaved, who fought and earned our liberation and have built this.
Nigga, you ain't
Such a clown.
I hate this dude. Man, this guy will outright ignore all the men from the Union that literally died for that.
Yep. Union Army, just the abolitionists. Niggas, listen, they had the British had to fucking send their whole fucking army to the fucking coast of Africa to stop them niggas from selling slaves.
Niggas are ungrateful, man.
Yeah, talk about a lost cause. Because again, Africa still has slavery to this
Bro,
day.
Africa never gets any smoke, man. Ever. It's always the white man.
Yep.
Democracy that we call the United States of America.
And near 31st Street Beach, the Justice Journey Alliance Leadership Foundation of Chicago leading a 2.5-mile walk, that distance representing the 2.5 years it took after the Emancipation Proclamation for the last enslaved people in Texas to learn they were freed.
With everything that is going on, we want to make sure that we're in remembrance of the milestones that we have as Black people and that we commemorate this day and never forget the sacrifices that were made.
Well said. Here at the DuSable Museum, the festivities are going to end with a drone light show, so there's still much more celebration to be had.
The drone light show.
Look, man. I'm gonna be real. If some people want to celebrate this, that's not an issue as far as I'm concerned. If these somewheres could go a day without shooting innocent people or victimizing people, fuck it.
It's marking the Juneteenth holiday at various celebrations across the city today.
Beautiful day to do it. Jewel Hillary joining us live on the far south side. Jewel.
Hey, good evening, you all. So it has been a day of Juneteenth celebrations. We started off in North Lawndale on the west side. Now we are on the far south side at Gately Stadium, where they have had festivities from very early on this morning. And right now, a celebrity flag football game is wrapping up behind us. And joining us this evening, we have two key individuals who have helped organize the event today, as well as young lady who is actually playing flag football. We have Allegra Dale. She's a local musician, rapper, singer, as well as Dr. David Peterson Jr.
Who's she's a what?
As young lady who is actually playing flag football. We have Allegra Dale. She's a local musician, rapper, singer, as well as Dr.
The fuck? A rapper, singer, doctor, blogger. She do nails. The fuck?
Boss baby. Sell dope.
Local celebrity, man.
She a boss. Go ahead, girl.
We have two key individuals who have helped organize the event today, as well as young lady who is actually playing flag football. We have Allegra Dale. She's a local musician, rapper, singer, as well as Dr. David Peterson Jr., who is the president and executive director of the National A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum. I'm going to start with you, Dr. Peterson. This is your 12th annual event of this magnitude, celebrating Juneteenth. Talk about the significance. And you mentioned, combining heritage, culture, history, and fun for the children.
Absolutely. So this is our, again, 12th annual community recommitment celebration. And the reason this is important is because, we're intentional about putting the neighbor back in the hood. We want people in the neighborhood to understand that it's okay to celebrate your history, heritage, and culture. Juneteenth for us is not just like a barbecue. It's not just a celebration, it's a call to
Oh,
action
really?
to remember where we come from, how far we've come. We're celebrating 160 years of Juneteenth. And that was basically 2 years after slavery ended, that the slaves found out about it. The last regiment of the Civil War rode in to Galveston, Texas, and they were actually called the Buffalo Soldiers, right? So the Buffalo Soldiers were actually the first National Park Rangers. So we're in Chicago's first and only National Park Service site, Pullman National Historical Park. So as the National A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum is celebrating its 30th year and also celebrating the 100th year of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, it's only right that we celebrate Juneteenth here.
Okay, awesome. And part of that celebration,
That nigga
as
said
I
a bunch of
mentioned,
nothing.
I'm surprised he ain't knock you out. I'm surprised he ain't sleep. Shit, cause that shit bored the shit out of me.
Bro, all these niggas do is just say culture like fucking 5 million times, bro.
I know they sound like women. It's
God
crazy.
damn.
That nigga ain't say shit. Hey, God damn, nigga.
Yeah. Besides that, I imagine all else he gonna say is where the hoes at.
You know he only there to see if there's some hoes out there. Nigga don't give a fuck about culture, nigga.
Yeah,
You trying to fuck on some
He gonna
hoes,
sit
nigga.
here. He gonna sit here and talk about white supremacy. This, he gonna talk about that. But shit, that man.
Ask that sister what she doing later.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. You need a microphone to rap into this. Fuck. You can rap, but you can fucking kick some 16 bars on my microphone, bitch. Let me see.
I ain't see one baddie at any of these. That's how you know this.
The
That's how you
reporter.
know it's some bullshit when the bad bitches ain't sliding through.
What about the reporter though?
Yeah, she was
An incident that sparked some panic at Oxford Valley Mall in Langhorne, Bucks County. Just hours ago, a man was shot just outside of that shopping center along East Lincoln Highway. The victim ran inside the mall, prompting a lockdown. And tonight, that shooter is still on the run. Action News reporter Caroline Goggin live for us in Langhorne with the update on what we're learning about this shooting. Caroline.
Well, Gray, right after the incident occurred, many businesses inside the Oxford Valley Mall went into lockdown mode, as did some neighboring businesses, including Sesame Place. Tonight, police tell us they are still investigating this shooting and stabbing as they continue to search for the suspect.
Multiple phone calls for a gunman in the mall.
The 911 calls started coming in just after 5 o'clock tonight for reports of a shooting or a stabbing at the Oxford Valley Mall.
It is terrifying because the minute you hear shooting and mall, it evokes panic in just about everybody who hears it.
Middletown Police Chief Joe Bartarella says a man was shot in the elbow and stabbed in the arm at the SEPTA bus stop outside the JCPenney.
The male who was shot and stabbed, ran a pretty circuitous route after that and made his way inside the mall.
Before he made it inside, the victim ran into Wayne Rogers' coworker at Dynasty Sports, who was taking out the trash at the time.
He told me he heard a pop or two, and he thought it was something in the trash compactor. And then a couple minutes later, the victim kind of was walking through the loading area, and that's when he said, they shot me. And
Rogers said he, his coworker, and a customer quickly went on lockdown inside their store.
you saw people reacting and running up and down the halls and running in the stores.
He snapped this picture of officers searching the mall before they evacuated everyone. Police say the victim was hospitalized while the suspect ran from the area. Their search for that man or woman is ongoing.
What we believe is it was a targeted shooting. It may even be domestic related at this point. So we believe that the shooter specifically targeted this male.
And police tell us tonight that that man, the victim, is in stable but critical condition. Right now, they are looking for clearer images of the suspect that may have been captured on video here at the Oxford Valley Mall. And they say as soon as they have those images, they will be sharing them with the public as once again, they continue to search for that suspect. We are live tonight in Langhorne. I'm Caroline Goggin for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Gray.
Okay, Caroline, thank you for that update.
Okay. So one mall shooting. Okay, got a little mall shooting on the T for the month. Okay, that's fine. It's the teeth of the moon. Let's see what else we got. Oh man,
maybe this is a turning point for Blakistan, right? Maybe today's the day, cause something don't feel right. Is it me?
nah, man. Don't hold your breath, man. Don't hold your breath.
Now we head to breaking news in Portsmouth. Police there are investigating what is now a deadly shooting tonight on Dunedin Road near Portsmouth Boulevard. And your side, Cheyenne Pagan's at the scene.
A shooting investigation is underway in Portsmouth. This is just one of many police vehicles out on the scene tonight. Crime scene tape and police cars filled this neighborhood near the 600 block of Dunedin Road. Officers are investigating a deadly shooting, and one neighbor says she heard the gunfire.
It had to been at least like 3 or 4 shots, and then it was a car that sped off, but we didn't see the car by the time we came out our door.
This neighbor spoke with 10 on Your Side anonymously. She said that this is the second time something like this has happened in this area in 2 months. Police say a man was shot and killed back in April off Dunedin Road.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it just doesn't make any sense. Senseless.
As for tonight's shooting, police have confirmed that one adult male has died from gunshot wounds.
Just hurt for the family, and pretty much a whole headache of it happening so fast again to another person.
Anyone with any information about this shooting is asked to contact police. In Portsmouth, Cheyenne Pagan, 10 on Your Side.
Cheyenne Pagan. So we got another shooting. That was another shooting. Okay. Starting to heat up.
I think I'd say.
But first, shoppers in shock after a suspected shoplifter stabs themselves to death really close to the Champatulas Walmart.
What? That's right. Hold on, what?
Damn. That sounds like ladder activity right there.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I hope so. How can you stab yourself to death doing what black people love on Juneteenth? There had to be a glider.
Damn.
He was just doing. That was the blackest thing you could think of. Shout out to Boy Kachina, man. Boy Kachina in the building. He says, "Happy Juneteenth, Ock in the nation, man." Yeah, man.
Maybe he did it for Juneteenth. Maybe for the transgressions of his ancestors.
Oh, penance. He was paying penance, man. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Shout out to Douglas Chunks, man. Ock Nation super supporter, man. 20 Ock Nation memberships. I swear to God, man. You goddamn Ock Nations don't deserve Douglas Chunks, man. Shout out to Douglas Chunks.
Alaska.
I'm telling you, man. How the fuck the best supporter on the channel from Alaska? That's crazy. That's crazy. We got people from all over the fucking world, and our biggest supporters from a white dude from Alaska. That's crazy. That's banana. That's BANANAS. Salute to Douglas Chunks, man. What they say? C'est la vie. You never can tell. Let's see. Salute to Douglas Chunks, man. Mark Ishmael in the back. What's up, Mark Ishmael, man? How was your happy Juneteenth, man? Well, fuck you then, motherfucker. Shit.
The chaotic moments unfolded as officers approached the man near Chapatulas and Jackson.
Yeah, WDSU reporter Shawanda Jones joins us from the crime scene with more details on how this unfolded. Shawanda?
Good afternoon, guys. Yeah, this is an incident that left a lot of people in this community shocked. I'm going to step out of the way so our viewers can take a look at what I see. Now, this is the area where NOPD confronted that suspect after a short foot chase. What happened after that confrontation left one man dead, and it all started around 10:45 Thursday morning when police say they were flagged down outside the Chapatula Walmart for a shoplifting call. They then found a man matching the description of the shoplifting suspect. Police say that man was armed with 2 knives and say he took off running. Now, the chase ended a block away near Chapatula and Jackson Avenue. That's when police say the man stabbed himself in the neck several times.
The police say he stabbed himself. Yeah, right. Okay. He stabbed himself in the neck several times. You know how crazy you got to be to stab yourself in the neck? I mean, come on. This is fishy, man. I think the police just wanted to take a brother out on Juneteenth, man.
Yep. Ain't no brother gonna kill himself like that. Nah, man.
Something ain't adding up.
Yeah, shoplifting is as Black American as apple pie with too much sugar in it and shit. That's how, man. This motherfucker is yeah, man. This shit is as American as a goddamn apple pie from McDonald's.
A sweet potato pie, you mean?
Yeah, man. One of them sweet potato pies, man. This thing stabbed himself in the neck. What the fuck?
As American as a guy with a switch on it.
Yeah.
A block away near Chapatula and Jackson Avenue. That's when police say the man stabbed himself in the neck several times. Officers say they deployed tasers to try to stop the man from harming himself even further, but their attempt was unsuccessful. He later died at the hospital, and the incident is classified as a suicide, but due to the nature of the case, NOPD is investigating this incident as a death in custody. People who live in the area say they're disturbed.
I feel like they could have prevented the situation based on if they already seen him with a knife, they could have just tased them and prevented that.
That's right, man. You tell them, man. You know, you yeah, man. All we need is you, man. People like you to fucking oversee. What's that council they got? The community oversight, man. Put this brother on the community oversight council for the police, man. They can tell them how to do their job.
Right. They de-escalate or some shit.
Yeah, man. I trust this guy, man, with Monday morning quarterbacking police encounters, man.
That situation from happening.
And police say they rendered aid on scene at the spot where it happened, and then called ambulance, and he was taken to the hospital, but again, he later died, and NOPD was on scene and monitoring this investigation. The coroner has not released the suspect's name just yet. Reporting live in New Orleans, I'm Shawanda Jones, WDSU News.
All right, Shawanda, thank you. New at 4 now, authorities say a suspect.
Okay, we heating up.
You know, Memphis never let you down a day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
A second New Orleans home searched by U.S. Marshals in less than 24 hours as investigators work to close in on escaped inmate Derek Groves.
Yeah, and that's as the 2 remaining jail escapees have been on the run for more than 1 month now. WDS reporter Shay O'Connor explains that law enforcement searched a house to see if Groves has been in contact with his family. Shay?
Good evening to you, Stella and Julia. Family members tell me they just don't want these visits to escalate in any way. They tell me that they do not know where Derek Groves is. They also described to me what happened after hearing law enforcement knocking on their door earlier this morning.
So when I opened the door, it had like 12 cars. People, marshals out with their guns. This sad.
Jasmine Groves, the aunt of escaped inmate Derek Groves, took this video showing the large police presence around her home.
I told them, babies in the house. I met him at the sidewalk, and one of them with the shield, and the guy got behind him, and they're ready to go in. I said, you. Now this is where I draw the line.
U.S. Marshals say they searched the home with permission and did not make any arrests.
I don't know where he at. I haven't spoke with him. I don't even try to. Who am I contact?
Convicted killer Derek Groves and Antoine Massey remain on the loose. Dang. For the most part, Groves has been largely unspotted since the escape.
Let's just give it up for these two niggas, man. A month, like God damn.
You know what? They sound very dangerous because they sound somewhat intelligent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the other ones, they were dumb some words. They were like on the lower tier of some words, right? But these two are smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Very dangerous.
He made a mistake taking that video in that apartment, and he almost got caught.
Yeah, for sure.
He hasn't. I don't think he's done too much. Made any mistakes since then. But yeah, these motherfuckers a month. Yo, that shit is crazy. And you gotta know, they are looking for these niggas. I mean, looking. Every tip, probably every tip we could probably call right now. We could call the tip line right now, and then fucking go kick down the door.
Right. No, I guarantee you, why the gliders are on their heels. These guys gotta keep moving.
Damn.
But he's missing this long-necked man. Like, he stands out, so obviously.
Well, he's tall. I think he's like 6'4" or something like that. So
yeah, I mean the neck alone is like a foot. So
and the other one is like 5'3" or some shit. So it's
and a
like
face full of tattoos.
They stand out. They're not like people like where it's like when you see them, you gonna know it's them, because of their heights. But yeah, this is crazy. I gotta give it up to these brothers, man.
Because that's a month now, isn't it? Or longer?
Yeah, a month. And
Wow.
it's like you talking about how tired you're gonna be. Like you're not sleeping. You talking about sleeping? Sleep deprived? You think I'm sleep deprived?
Yeah, they're sleeping like soldiers. Just any noise, they're up.
Yeah. These niggas sleep. You're not sleeping in your bed. You're not sleeping nowhere comfortable. You're sleeping, you know what I'm saying? You're not sleeping next to a warm body. You get in where you can get it. And listen, this is freedom. It's better than jail, I guess. I mean, I guess. I bet their diet all fucked up. You ain't getting no home cooked meal. Eating chips and shit and drinking juices and shit or whatever the fuck you bottle water, whatever the fuck you can get. Yeah, these motherfuckers, these are urban fucking outdoorsmen, man. They do, and when they get caught, the book or the debriefing, when they debrief these motherfuckers, that shit gonna be like a movie, man.
Is Travis Decker
Maine
still
on the loose?
You say what?
Travis Decker, the guy who killed his 3 daughters, is in the woods in
that guy,
Washington. Is he still missing?
I don't know, man. I gotta see, man.
I know sisters was help these niggas out though. These 2 niggas.
Oh yeah, definitely. This motherfucker.
Yeah, is he still missing?
Shit, he's still. What the fuck?
They say he was trained for this, right? He could survive.
Is the 17th day in the search for the man charged with killing his 3 young daughters. The search, now near Cle Elum, has taken a toll certainly on local law enforcement and has already cost millions of dollars. One of the sheriffs involved says one thing his department is trying to figure out is Travis Decker's end game.
I would imagine at this point, I couldn't see a lot of things that would motivate him to want to live. I mean, his daughters are gone. He no longer has the life that he wanted to have. So we put that question out towards him. I've made it very clear I don't want anything bad to happen to him. We certainly hope that we can find him, take him into custody without incident, and then put him in our court system. But at this point, if he's continuing to push and try to evade us, I'm not sure why.
Tips have been coming in from all over. There have been sightings from Canada all the way to Texas. Call 911 if you have any information about where he is, Travis Decker. There is a $20,000 reward for information leading to.
Wow.
Personally, I think he's dead. Like, personally, I think he took himself like off a cliff. So,
but here's the thing: they didn't say that because they're on his heels. So I think he's not dead because I think they would have probably said it, and I think they would have probably found a body or something because they spent $1 million tracking this guy. They know he's not dead. You know what I mean? They would have probably said it. The dogs would have smelled the drones. Somebody would have, something would have been, you know what I mean? They would have seen like an animal eating a carcass or something, or eagles circling a carcass. They would have, they out there in the woods. They out there. They just can't find them.
But wow, yeah, no, we haven't had 2 escapism stories kind of like this for ages or ever, I guess.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Law enforcement from across the state has worked round the clock trying to catch Travis Decker, the Wenatchee father turned fugitive, accused of killing his 3 young daughters. We have Fox 13's Lauren Donovan been covering this story for weeks for us, Lauren, so she's joining us now.
Yeah, Lauren, the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office tells you this massive manhunt is very similar to one they had a number of years ago.
And we will be getting into that, David. I know you know all about that one, but for folks now just tuning into this, okay, so turns out same wilderness, same exact terrain. I initially heard about this comparison during a press conference with the Chelan County Sheriff, so naturally I wanted more information on it, and here is what I learned.
There are a number of reasons why, or a number of similarities that this current manhunt bears to one that we had in 2020 that started on May 17th of 2020 when a turkey hunter from the west side named Ian Eccles didn't show up to a hunting date with his partners, and that started a missing persons investigation that after a week turned into a manhunt when we discovered a stranger driving his vehicle and with indications that there had been a violent confrontation and that led us to believe that Ian Eccles had been killed. That manhunt, like this one, lasted more than 3 weeks. It was in much of the exact same terrain, or at least some of the same. It overlapped. It was in up off of Blewett Pass. During a lot of that time, much of the public was telling us, "Oh, he's gone. He's absolutely got away."
Of course, it was a goddamn illegal migrant fucker that killed his ass.
And Wicked's brother.
Right.
And we kept having little pieces of evidence or information that made us think, maybe not. Maybe he's still here. And maybe he's just successfully evading us all this time. Like we have reason to believe with Travis Decker, that suspect was intimately familiar with this particular wilderness and with living off the grid and in the quiet for long stretches at a time. So we were in that place of not being sure what's happening and having to persist day after day after day until a citizen finally called us and said, "There's somebody in this cabin and I don't think they're supposed to be there." And we found it was the suspect and we made an arrest.
Hearing you say that, Inspector, it really does sound similar. And I think one other question, probably from the public, is like, how is this guy still alive? How is he out living in the wilderness at this point? But you said they had a unique set of skills, both of them. And so it does make sense that that parallel is there. Were there any pitfalls during that last manhunt where it's become, hey, a lesson learned in navigating spaces like the Teanaway where we are right now?
Well, some of the things that we learned were ways to overcome the communications difficulties, and we've applied those lessons. We learned that this is not, you're not going to expect a day or two resolution to this kind of thing. At least from the beginning, you have to be planning not just for today, but for tomorrow and a week from now and 3 weeks from now, and that's set us up to play the long game while we continue to protect our county for as long as we think he might be out there. When we started our 2020 manhunt, it started in a campground right along Highway 97. When the suspect, who was on foot for those 3 weeks, when the suspect finally showed up in a cabin, it was there in the Teanaway Valley where you are.
You just said cabin, so I am looking around me. I see a
Wow.
Wicked is in the background.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as soon as that Ombrito popped up on the screen, Wicked seriously.
Yo, that was actually me. How did they get my picture? Yo, I wonder why they having you why the heat radars aren't working. Because you know they're using heat radar. They gotta be using them, right?
Yeah. Salute to Barry B, man. Barry B is in the building. Shout out to Barry B. Support the channel every night, man. Barry B is unsung hero, man. Shout out to Barry B.
Yeah. I wonder how he's evading the heat radars.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, like all that shit, the drones, the dogs, the motherfucking sonar and shit, all that shit. That
Well,
motherfucker.
he went camping initially with his daughter, so he probably does have equipment.
He's a
kind of
glider,
aid him.
man.
Yeah,
He's a
but
glider.
how's he eating without making fires? How's he staying warm at night without making fires? Like, 'cause if he makes
Berries.
fire, that's gonna they're gonna be able to
But
track him.
they're saying that he's trained in that though, that he could survive for a long time in the woods. He has
Yeah,
training
he's
for that.
an ex-ranger or something.
It's crazy. Let's see this one, man.
Now to a traumatic attack on a small business owner in Queen Anne that was caught on video. It happened outside of the Uncommon Cottage, a gift shop at the corner of Roy and Queen Anne Avenue. Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling talked to the owner this afternoon and has the details on what happened and how you can help her recover. Jennifer?
Good evening, Sabira. The video in this case is quite shocking. Take a look.
Okay, so my favorite things are, this is my backwoods voodoo doll. Stick it back in the body. I love them. My wonderful chimes. This piece I love.
For Uncommon Cottage gift shop owner Jennifer Dawn Singer, selling gifts is its own art form.
It's so beautiful.
This former New Yorker spells her name with an AH.
It's a New York thing. Jennifer. People from Brooklyn don't really say their ERs.
And throws her support behind local artists.
I've been trying to do all these art events and different things to move my store into a positive direction.
Sunday, she'd set up a pop-up tent outside to showcase local talent when cell phone video captured the dark turn of events.
We started to see someone coming down Queen Anne Avenue, acting crazy, screaming erratically, trying to attack cars and windows, like getting into people's vehicles.
He's accused of then setting his sights on their tent, swearing as he approached.
The moment that I said that this was my shop, that's when he turned all of his menace to me.
The video of what happens next is hard for her to watch.
The first time I actually watched it, I actually screamed out loud.
First, he threatened her.
He said to me that he was going to gouge out my eyes. I turn around. His hands were in my eyeballs, actually trying to gouge out my eyes.
She turns away, hoping to defuse the situation, and that's when he wraps his hands around her head.
I pushed him away the first time, and then he doubled down on me. He pushed his fingers actually into and trying to to gut out my eyes.
Witnesses pulled him off of her, including an artist who was bit on the hand. They held him until police arrived. Friends started a fundraiser to help her reopen and continue her work towards becoming an artist co-op and collective. She's also staying positive.
You can't have a summer without Jax.
Thanking those who showed uncommon bravery to save her and the Uncommon Cottage.
I'm really just beyond grateful. Let's put it that way. If he had given the chance, he would have killed me. I really feel that.
Is this a son, man? Is this a mulatto? Hold on. Yeah, that's a mulatto.
Nah, is it? I think it's a whole son, man. Huh?
I mean, you think it's a whole son? God damn.
Yeah.
You
don't think so?
Yeah, just out here attacking white women and shit. Like, just out here attacking white women in public.
Man, legend has it he's still swinging from that tree.
Yeah, he's Juneteenth and black people got it so fucking bad, man. The white man on our ass that niggas is out here attacking white women in public.
Willy-nilly.
Damn. Little white woman ain't bothering nobody. God damn, man. Make sure you support the channel. Get PayPal,
Hey,
cash.
man, that's all par. That's all par with the sun, man. Pray after the week.
Right, man. They should string his ass up though, for real.
I'm telling you, man. Get that motherfucker out of here. Jeez. So let's see what happens.
You can also support her by shopping at the Uncommon Cottage. She's hoping to reopen by tomorrow's Art Walk in Queen Anne. Also, she's hoping to be open on Saturday from 11 to 7 if she's feeling well enough, and on Sunday from 11 to 6. Reporting live in Seattle, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.
I wonder who she voted for.
You wonder?
Wait, who's that glider? What happened to her? To that one?
Huh?
Yeah, the one the glider queen that you had the mouth.
It was very scary for not just the people who were assaulted in this case, but people just walking by on a beautiful day like today. The owner of the Uncommon Cottage had
that's her. She's crazy.
Yeah, there was a glider queen in the screen. You were gonna click on it. I wonder what happened to her.
Now to a traumatic attack on a small.
Yeah, there she goes right there again.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, what happened to her?
And as we begin tonight, a Valley family is demanding answers after their 19-year-old loved one died in a motorcycle crash. DPS says Annabelle Force was killed after she fell 80 feet over a median wall on a freeway ramp. But her motorcycle was stolen before first responders arrived at the scene. Thanks for joining us tonight for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Troy Hayden. Caribe is off tonight. Without the motorcycle, investigators don't have much to determine what caused that crash. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono talked to the young woman's family. Such a strange case, Bianca.
It is. It's hard to wrap your mind around the fact that you're dealing with the loss of a 19-year-old. But on top of that, this family doesn't have answers, and now they're turning to the public for help.
At the time, she wanted to be a princess.
Annabelle Force's grandma sits alongside her wife and close friend.
This was the night that we met. She was wearing a red dress. I was wearing a black and red suit.
Together, they relive memories. Annabelle turned 19 earlier this year, and at her young age, she had big dreams.
She was going to be an EMT. She was going to work her way through medical school. She wanted to be a surgeon.
She was also excited to have her own motorcycle.
She's having the time of her life.
Seen here dancing and celebrating when she got it. On June 8th, she went for a ride to say goodbye to her friend.
She would always rev it 3 times for I love you.
But Annabelle's family says as she was heading back to the valley, riding eastbound on the I-10, taking the ramp to the 17 South, something happened, causing Annabelle to strike the median wall and fall over 80 feet down. Her loved ones noticed her location wasn't moving.
I called. I was trying to figure out if there had been any accidents on the road, and I was told that there wasn't.
That's because shortly after the crash, officials say someone stole Annabelle's motorcycle, which remained on the ramp after she fell.
Her bike was gone by the time the cops got there. They said that they sent out a patrol officer around 6:30, and he didn't see anything. And then they got a helicopter out there, and it took them a while to find her, but they eventually did.
Finally, they found her body after 7 o'clock.
And did the person who stole it have something to do with it? That's my concerns too.
They also believe the damaged bike could help answer exactly what happened in the crash. It's why they're asking the public for help in finding it. A black 2022 Yamaha YZF R7.
Please return it.
As they cling tight to their memories of the 19-year-old with a big heart who wanted to devote her life to helping others, they hope to get the answers they need to help them heal in their grief.
That's all we need, is just to have that closure of having her bike back and knowing what happened.
Just so many questions in this case, and DPS says its investigation is ongoing. In the meantime, a GoFundMe page has been set up to help Annabelle's loved ones with her funeral costs. You can find the link to donate on our website, 12news.com. We're live in studio tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Hopefully somebody comes forward with some information. Bianca, thank you.
What did the general act to take the bike? Where's this at?
Yeah, that's Cali.
Yeah, that sounds awfully POC to take the bike like that.
Well, yeah.
The question is who, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It could be anybody.
It could be. I mean, my money's gonna be on the Black and Brown coalition.
Hey man, you don't bet on. You gotta bet on black.
Yeah, but I'm inclined to, but I can't really say out for this one, Chief. What do you think?
Hombrito?
I don't know. I honestly
I
don't
don't
know.
know. And then their gliders too. That's a glider.
Yeah, then gliders too. I mean, you
Yeah, so
can't
it's
count
just,
out the gliders completely.
yeah. No, I'm just saying because it's a glider, I'm thinking that it's a sign.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you know what? I'm going with Sun.
Yeah, bet on Black.
Yeah,
What do you think, Alex?
she
They,
could be much shorter, adjacent.
they got the girl.
That took her bike.
Yeah, I would say Sun. Yeah, it has the hallmarks of Sun written all over it.
Yeah, it does. Remember the one story out where a dude got hit by like a truck, like a semi, and some people rushed to pickpocket his shit,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
corpse.
Here we go. Let's go.
Meanwhile, police have identified the man suspected of torching several NYPD vehicles in Brooklyn last week.
It comes as another police van was set on fire in a nearby neighborhood, but police say it's too soon to link both of those attacks. Briella Tomasetti is in Bushwick. What's going on?
Yeah, Rosanna and Kurt, good morning. Investigators tracked that suspect for about 40 minutes prior to the first incident that happened last week, following him on foot, watching him get onto the subway and traveling between Brooklyn and Manhattan. They also say he is connected to a recent protest at Columbia University where a statue was vandalized with red paint. That happened in September, but take a look at your screens right now because this is the man police are looking for. His name is 21-year-old Jackie Lodgen McCrae. According to the NYPD, he torched 11 department vehicles back on June 12th, parked at a lot on DeKalb Avenue here in Bushwick. Authorities allege that McCrae placed fire starters on the windshields, hoods, and tires on detonated explosives were also found on the scene. The vehicle sustained $500,000 in damage, and it'll cost the city more than $800,000 more to replace them. McCrae was tracked on surveillance video and allegedly changed his clothes several times. Police believe right now that he acted alone. In one case, he was seen entering a bodega with a gray hoodie, face mask, and dark-colored pants and shoes. Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenny says he's no stranger to the NYPD either.
He has 2 prior arrests in New York City, both of them being protest-related for resisting arrest. One in the 1st precinct in Manhattan, one in the 114 precinct in Queens. And he's also wanted for a criminal mischief incident in Columbia University back in September, where he disguised himself as a student and caused over $1,000 of damage to a statue on the campus.
Yesterday morning, another NYPD van was found burnt on Union Avenue in Williamsburg, not too far from here. The vehicle was assigned to a transit district, and police believe it was ignited in a similar manner. But officials say it is too soon to tell whether both of those fires are connected. McCrae's last known address was in Maplewood Township, New Jersey. Nobody was injured in that June 12th incident or in yesterday's incident either, which is at least some good news. For now, we're live here, though, in Bushwick. Rosanna and Kurt, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Briella, thank you for the update.
Yo, I keep hearing how some people aren't taking part in the protest. They're not backing the Browns. I guess he didn't get the memo, right?
My thing is, he was in jail all this time. They just imagine that new mayor that goes in. I forgot. I was talking about him. It's gonna be even
Patel?
worse.
Oh yeah.
No, the Sandman. It's gonna be worse.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly. And look, man, that's more content for Ike to cover, more news for Ike to cover.
Definitely.
Maybe he'll keep Ike awake, keep him busy,
He's blunt about it too. He's saying, "I am a socialist."
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he sounds like he'd open up Rikers. Everybody go home, stay out of trouble. And then you know what comes next. What do you think, T.I.?
Oh, my bad. I was. What were you talking about?
Look, you saw the story that just came out, right, about the Sunman. And I thought some people weren't going to support the Browns. He didn't get the memo or what?
He
I keep hearing on online how we sitting this one out or some shit.
I don't understand it. I don't know.
But here you got this one man burning cop cars.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, but I think he just likes to burn cop cars. It's not so much about the illegals for him, you know? Oh yeah, hit him with that. I wake up. Hit him with that.
I wake up. No, man, working this up.
Yo, I wake up.
Wake up.
Let me call.
An attack on a convenience store worker captured by surveillance cameras. He had just seconds to react.
I thought he was coming around the counter then. I thought maybe he was going to come around the counter and keep shooting.
Before showing you any more of this video, we want you to know that the clerk is alive tonight.
Amazingly, everything seems routine in this until the clerk glances down at the register. Look at the video. You see the suspect in the tan hoodie and sunglasses pull out his gun. He fires 3 quick shots and then bolts out the door.
Here's a closer look right here. It's the moment when the clerk threw his arm up that reflects what doctors say is what saved his life.
This happened at Jacob's Food Mart in Gastonia. Channel 9's Gaston County reporter Ken Lemon talked to that clerk today about his recovery. Ken?
Yeah, and that one shot broke 2 bones in Scotty Floyd's arm. He says he's worked here for 15 years and he lives by a motto, treat customers right, they'll treat you right. He says he did that, but something wasn't right about this one customer. And he says that hint of suspicion may have saved his life. The career clerk looked like a superhero blocking a speeding bullet. The gun was almost in his face.
I thank God. It was God.
Scotty Floyd actually opened the door for the man who nearly took his life at the Jacob Food Mart on Marietta Street Friday. He didn't know the man had a gun, but he noticed he kept his sunglasses on and a hoodie pulled over his head.
I knew the guy was up to something, and that probably saved my life too.
Floyd says the man didn't demand money or make a threat. He asked for CBD cigarette products.
When I seen the silver of the gun, I knew what he was doing.
That shot lodged in his forearm, breaking 2 bones, but it didn't go any farther.
Oh, he just shot me dead between the eyes.
Floyd ducked down behind the counter.
He tried to shoot again, but the gun didn't shoot.
He feared the man was going to come behind the counter and keep shooting. Instead, the suspect ran. Police say he went to Forest City, about 40 miles west. They say he shot and nearly killed another man at an event downtown that same day. Christian Campbell is charged with assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, and he's waiting on new charges in Gastonia.
Prosecuted him to the full extent of the law. Because he
needs that 1892 treatment. Like, no, man, put this dude out of his misery already.
Yeah. So he's in custody, from what I understand, right? So the cops didn't finish him.
Nope.
Well,
there you go.
They gotta go ahead and bust him up out of prison.
This is Sandra Bland. This is Sandra Bland mugshot, man. Look, he looked like they just pried his eyes open.
Like he's dead.
Yeah.
As far as we know, he is gone. Let's be honest. What are the brothers be saying, man? Like, I don't trust the government. They could be lying to us. Probably gone already.
Man, this dude is a serial killer.
Right. Salute to my man IU McCoy, man. He says, "Happy Juneteenth, May Kwanzaa, bless the country of Wakanda." Baker Fresh in the building. Shout out to you, Baker Fresh. Says, "Happy Juneteenth from Seattle area. There was a school shooting south of Seattle, Tacoma a couple days ago." Okay, we're gonna get into that, man. We'll start the show with that tomorrow, man. He said, "Oxy." Shout out to Savage, man. Yeah, man. We'll come back tomorrow. Caitlin Clark don't play tomorrow, so I'm gonna come back early.
I noticed she more feisty with it since she came back. Is it me?
Huh?
She looks more angry, more attitude, more edge.
I don't know. Nah, I just think it's the same shit. It's just the same shit. She just getting bullied and shit, you know.
But she used to take it in the chin. I feel like she's pushing back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
What
A little bit.
Yeah, she don't got no back. She don't got no backup. So what are they gonna do? Are they gonna bring in a goon, somebody to have her back? Maybe they need to bring in
Your mic is jacked, bro.
Like they said when she got hurt, they lost like 50% of their viewers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Like she is the lead.
Yeah. Tonight was on Amazon Prime, so I wonder how many viewers that's gonna be. I had to watch it on the Prime app. But yeah, man. Salute to everybody, man. Everybody got to get up in the morning because go to work. Same black time, same black channel. Yeah. Subscribe.
Salute.